What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Unleashed with the Patriot Sisters. You never put mascara on today.
No, because my eyelashes have been falling out. I know.
Oh, I have a way to fix that.
Okay, well, I've been doing what you told me to do, but I took my mascara off the other day and multiple, and I was like, I'm done for 2 months. I don't even know. I'd rather not.
So scary. That used to happen to me, but I fixed it.
I know.
Now I have.
If you have any tips, apparently this is a tell-all session of how I'm not wearing mascara again. So
honestly,
thanks.
the fact that I pointed that out is kind of funny because today's episode is going to be strictly Q&A and fun stuff, political, juicy-ish, and just little things like that.
Keep it a little bit lighthearted. A lot. I'm tired of, I'll just say this, I'm tired of all the alerts I'm getting.
Satanic shoes, maybe?
Yeah. And
what the freak was that?
Vaccine passports and
oh my gosh,
everything like that. So
I'm just waiting for Cuomo to resign still.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Cuomo, more information just came out on our phones. We won't get into it. That's not what this is about, but stay tuned over on our Instagram at the Patriot Sisters for more info for that.
Also in this episode, we're going to be talking about what's been going on with our main account. Instagram has been really mad at us lately, and we're going to be adjusting some of the things we're doing. A lot's coming in this episode, so let's get started.
Welcome to Unleashed with the Patriot Sisters. Buckle up, girl, because we're about to spill that tea just like we did in 1773.
We light the fire under all things politics. And don't worry, social justice warriors, we're light the fire underneath you too.
Why?
Because we're inclusive.
Prepare to be triggered. Okay, so I am not going to babble anymore. We're going to get right into it. Oh, on Mondays, we always do a Q&A on our Instagram story. However, this time we're not doing it there. We're doing it in the podcast so we can use trigger words, be a little more extra, spicy, talk a little more,
Girl talk.
Yeah, exactly.
So we screenshotted a bunch of your questions and we're going to do a couple of them. So
okay,
let's go. All right, question number 1. Ooh, should I start political or non-political?
Mix it up.
Mix it up? Okay, we'll do this. What is some advice?
What is what?
What advice would you give someone who wants to start a political account?
Just do it and use your personal account. Unless you can't because of work, then you should create something else.
Or you need to hide your identity.
Yes, that's a thing too. But no, just use your personal account. The only reason why we created an additional account, opposite of our personals, is because we're 2 people. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done it. It wouldn't make any sense because you already have a following on your personal account. Why would you give that up? Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. You wouldn't, even if you have 50 people, that is 50 people.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That is a lot of people. Okay, it might not feel like a lot to the grand scheme of things.
And it's a lot. And if you can share or create, not even just be political via your stories and sharing your opinion, but create content and it shares,
people love that.
People love it.
Flock to you.
And you don't realize is that you have the ability just to influence one person. You who follow us, when you guys say stuff to us, that influences us and our perspective on things.
Don't just think what we're saying is influencing, our followers or whatever. No.
What you say
influences us so much. The DMs we get, the comments we get, the little when we do a story, the Q&A box or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Honestly, love reading them. So.
And I'm going to say one more thing.
Okay.
With your personal, if you want to create 100% meme account, it's where you just share memes.
Go create an additional account.
Go do a different one.
That's fine.
But if you are going to actually be contributing to the political spectrum and talking about stuff, do it on your personal account because
in a way that shows your face.
Right. And I'm just tired of people separating politics from life because I'm going to say politics is life, not meaning it's my everything, but meaning it's a part of my daily life because what happens in the political world affects my personal everyday life.
Especially now.
Especially with vaccine passports.
Ew. So that was not fun to be reminded of that.
That's our thing. But if you already have an account that's separate, just keep going.
Yeah.
No need to.
You do you.
You do you.
Okay. Next question. Are fetuses worthy of ethical consideration and why? First off,
that's a mouthful.
It's yes, but that's a very intriguing way of prefacing that question. Ethical consideration, meaning are they important? Yes. Is a child important? Yes. If you want to call it a fetus, is that important? Yes.
You know
why? Because it's a living organism.
Well, I think it should be. Should it be worthy of ethical consideration? Yeah, I do think in like ethics classes and ethical talks and discussions, let's talk about this.
It has value in conversation.
I think by doing that though, a lot of people are going to have eye openings on maybe they are in fact human beings and the ethical part of it. But it's going to allow for more discussion because right now there's no discussion about it. No. Right now, let's shut it down.
Taboo.
And it not even just taboo, but it's everybody.
Taboo if you disagree.
No, not even that. But people don't want to talk about it because they're so set in their ways.
Anyway,
wait, you didn't see her go.
It's taboo in the sense of like being a conservative approaching a group of liberal people that it's obvious that they are pro-choice. It's taboo for you to be like, oh, hey, maybe not taboo. Well, it could be depending if you have the confidence enough to approach that situation. It just depends on the person and where you're at and whatnot. But like definitely, yes, to answer your question, they should be included in ethical conversations, taking consideration that they are alive, regardless if you think it's a human being or not at that point in time. I think it is.
I think it needs to be brought up to be an ethical conversation and a morality conversation.
Boom. Mike?
Because there's a difference between the two. Morality is based upon what you believe your personal principles are, versus ethic is usually
the social, not social.
No,
standards.
Morality
it's more like
morality is more it can go either way depending on your personal beliefs, but ethically usually is a pretty evenly everybody can agree what's wrong and right. Like it's ethically wrong to give someone a bad product and sell it for full price. Like that's most everybody would agree. But I think
morality-wise, someone would be like, I don't care, I'm making money. But that's not their morals. Their morals are different than the other person. Yeah. It just depends, but whatever. All right, go for it.
Okay. Question number 3. What do you think about the vaccine passport that everybody is pushing? And I think New York was the first to bring it up.
I think so.
But then supposedly the Biden administration is now talking about making it mandatory.
Boo.
I think I already have a passport that allows me or a document first of all, I have a passport that allows me to travel internationally, but I already have domestically it's called a constitution.
Yeah.
It already allows me to travel as freely.
Interesting why we need more.
I think it's really scary. It's really scary that this is exactly what is needing. Not only do you need it to travel, but supposedly Biden, I doubt it's Biden, his team is saying that you're going to need it to
Biden coming up with this. No,
you need it to buy and enter stores and do stuff like this. Now, we have said from the beginning that we do not believe, and if you change your mind, Izzy,
I have no idea what you're going to say, so we'll find out.
That we don't believe the vaccine is the mark of the beast, which people have said it is. Some Christians have said that. Personally,
I don't believe it is
at this moment.
Now, 5 years from now, could something that started with the vaccine evolve into the mark of the beast? Potentially, but I gotta say, the Bible is very detailed when it comes to the mark of the beast and what to expect and what that is going to look like. So, thus far, is it the mark of the beast? No, only because it doesn't line up with the Bible.
But this does. The vaccine passport does, because in Revelation,
it talks about, I don't know.
Somewhere in Revelation, it talks about how you're going to need the mark of the beast
to be able to,
in order to buy
trade,
and
whatever.
And so,
is that interesting? Yes.
I think this vaccine passport is a parallel to it, but I still don't think it necessarily is. And that is not me saying I'm going to get the vaccine.
Right. So
or get the passport.
I'm know lots of people who have gotten vaccines, both liberal people and very conservative people. Do I think their decision in getting a vaccine was right? I don't know, because I'm not them. I can't make that decision. But are we going to go get a vaccine?
Heck to the not. I will run the other way. I will live in the woods before I get one.
Because I'm afraid of needles. And I'm not about that life. But also just because I don't vaccinate just for various reasons, like a lot of reasons. So why start now?
My body, my choice.
Ooh, feisty. Okay, next question.
Oh, go ahead.
It's my turn. Okay. Do you share the same views as your parents? So in a nutshell,
Yes. 100%.
Like if we took a magnifying glass and then used a microscope and then like dove even deeper, do we agree on everything?
No.
Probably not. But like, who does that?
But I think in regards to our parents, our mom is more like, she's probably where we get our bluntness from.
The German part.
She'll be like, if somebody does, well, I won't say that. I don't want.
What are you gonna say?
Well, we were just.
I would say whisper it, but the microphone would catch it.
Well, we had a worker at our house, and they were working all day, and we were talking, and he was sharing about how there was a school shooting, supposedly, I hadn't heard of it, that happened this past week, and he goes, "This guy just shot into a playground of kids," and she
Did that actually happen?
I didn't research it, so don't take me as is, but theoretically, that concept has happened before. And my mom is like, you know what? When people do that, if you're going to be willing to shoot at a bunch of kids in a playground, I don't want to say it because I don't want YouTube or something to
I have no idea what you're going to say. I was basically part of that conversation.
You were sitting right there.
Was I?
Yeah.
Definitely not paying attention.
Essentially, she was saying, and I agree with this, I just won't say it to strangers like she does. But basically, like, if you're willing
you're about to.
Okay. If you're willing to take somebody else's life, you better be willing to lay down your own.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that.
But her way of doing
her phraseology was a little different.
More blunt. Whereas our dad is more like the peacemaker. But he has no problem protecting and doing what it needs to, super big 2A.
Oh, yeah.
And doing what needs to be done.
If necessary.
What was even the question?
Do we share the same views as our parents? Yes. Detail, that's not a word. Detailed. Probably not, but like at the same time,
very minuscule things.
It's so minuscule, it's not even worth talking about.
I can't even think of anything.
Exactly. Like I can't. Honestly,
they're either more blunt or more reserved than we are.
It's not about what we agree or disagree on. It's rather how we phrase it or how we talk to people about it or approach a situation.
Or we shouldn't talk to someone about something.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's where we disagree. Even us.
Yeah. She's a little bit more like, oh, let's be nicer. I'm just like, you mess with me in the store for not wearing a face covering, bring it on. I will be nice and civil and Christ-like, but I'm not going to be a pushover.
And I get uncomfortable.
If you get in my personal space, like I'm not gonna be like come up to you. I will be like, yo, but I'll be like,
if they approach you.
If they approach me, I have said you need to back away, like move.
Yeah,
I might have said move or be moved, like, because then you're no. If someone's in my personal space getting physical,
I don't think you can say that.
If someone's in my personal,
I don't disagree.
No, if someone is in my personal space, like that guy who was coughing on us, and being rude and touching, and people have touched us,
absolutely.
Like especially if you're a guy, get your hands off me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to touch me.
Mm-hmm.
Woman power.
Mm-hmm.
Snaps. Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we are with those little things.
Do you believe racism exists?
Do I believe what?
Racism exists.
No. Well, hold on.
Wait, you're not even listening. You're looking at your messages.
Hold on. So at the scale of like...
You're not even listening.
So sorry. I just got a really funny message from a friend. So...
racism does exist.
Racism, yes.
Because you said no.
That's because I felt like you were asking me in the sense of like, Black power, or like, because, well, hold on, that's kind of racist too. Wait, let me backtrack. Yes, racism exists. Is it being perpetuated at a crazy rate right now in the States?
No. Oh, well, yes. Depending on against who.
Regardless who. Is it racism as a whole? Like the idea of being racist? Is it being blown up and like out of proportion?
Yes.
I
thought you were saying it's racism. Okay. You're not
I'm
here.
Not making sense. Okay, let me...
You're not here. Come back to earth.
Let me backtrack. I'm so sorry, y'all. Let me rephrase
Someone's listening to this and being like, oh my gosh, I disagree with them. What happened? What happened?
No, let me rephrase. I'm not making sense. I get that. Racism exists because racists do exist. Racist people freaking suck. Now, is racism at the crazy level of what pop culture is telling us and the government is telling us? No. So yes, technically it does exist, but I don't.
Racism is always going to exist.
Exactly. Unfortunately.
Does it need to be indoctrinated into our children at a young age that this is a major issue?
No.
And that we're full of a bunch of racists? No. It doesn't need to be.
Now, let's dive deeper. Why does it not need to happen to our kids?
Well, because a kid doesn't look at another human being and think they're racist.
Because racism
is taught, not
inherited. So why would we ever even...
Except if you're white. Apparently it's natural. I don't know.
I don't really get that part. I'm still learning. I haven't quite inherited that part of me yet. Not going to happen.
Maybe you're not really white.
What? Dude, we should do a DNA test.
I can tell you where I'm from. I'm
No,
freaking Irish, German.
I want to figure out in English. By the way, you're English too.
Okay, God save the queen.
Listen, I want to figure out if we have like 0.0003% black in us.
Well, I heard.
That's so cool.
We were talking to her grandfather.
I pulled Elizabeth Warren on that.
A couple months ago, and apparently he or his brother did it, and it came up. I was like, it's in there.
We should try it.
It's in there.
You all should try it too. If not,
doesn't George Soros own DNA companies?
Well, DNA, I think he does 23andMe.
I think they're all technically owned by the same company, just different brands.
Maybe.
Anyways.
If I'm like a...
All right. Bethel or Hillsong worship music?
I vibe with Bethel a little more.
Yeah. I'm not a huge... I mean, we grew up with Hillsong, but Hillsong's...
Oh, are you kidding? We grew up on Hillsong. At one point, we freaking loved Hillsong.
But Hillsong has changed some of their theological standpoints lately.
That for us is not biblical. So...
As of saying that...
and it's like the way they word it is like you
very politically correct,
so PC,
and I'm like, no.
So like you really have to pull out the dictionary and be like, okay, what does that word mean? What is the opposite of that? Because they added a double negative in that sentence,
but we don't not like Hillsong based upon what other people think, whereas they're false prophets.
Right. We
don't like Hillsong based upon they won't come out and say being LGBT is a sin and certain things of that manner,
because they're saying like. And correct me if I'm wrong, but because I, whatever. But like, if I remember correctly, Hillsong is saying that it's hard because they were so wishy-washy with their words.
But essentially, we're Team Bethel.
Yeah, I don't know. What are they saying? They're like, oh, they won't say that being homosexual is a sin, but they are saying we'll accept you and take you into like under a wing sort of thing. Like you're welcome to come to church, which is so true.
Right.
But they're also not saying it's a sin.
But they're also allowing them to be in leadership, which is where we're like, can't jive with.
Yeah. So it's touchy. But like, we like Bethel.
We like Bethel.
People don't like Bethel. But
I like
whatever.
Bethel.
I like them.
Bill Johnson's is on some of the same networks that we get to talk on sometimes, which is really cool.
Oh my gosh, that was really cool.
So is Charlie Kirk and like Dog the Bounty Hunter the other day. It's cool. Not gonna lie.
My
super
Pillow
honored.
Guy. It was so cool. What was that? Why did we do that? So cool.
Yeah.
No, David J. Harris.
Oh.
And Bethel guy, which is Bill Johnson. He's like
the main guy.
The guy or whatever for Bethel. We're doing a Zoom call together about political stuff.
We are?
No.
Oh,
David
they did.
And Bill.
I was like, I missed that one. Don't think that's happening.
No.
So, okay. So let's get back on topic.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
So
speaking of LGBTQ, what do you think about them?
I think they're human. Okay. I don't agree with their choice of lifestyle, their lifestyle choice.
No different than me not agreeing with somebody who chooses to do drugs and party all the time.
Yeah.
Their lifestyle choice.
Adultery. But like, I can still hang out with them. I can still like...
They're just not going to be my go-to person.
Yeah. Like I'm still going to hang out with them. Still going to love them. Still going to be a friend with them. But they know and I know that I don't agree with their choice.
Yeah. I'm not going to compromise.
It's no different, and I'll use this for analogy because sometimes it just, I don't know, clicks different, but it's no different with a mother and son relationship, okay? So let's say the mother says, okay, Billy Bob.
You always choose Billy Bob.
What? Give me a different name.
John.
Okay.
Jack.
John. Oh, John, you can't go you can't eat 2 cookies. You can only have 1 cookie. And John's like, okay, Mom. But then John eats 2 cookies. In fact, he eats 3 cookies because John's just like a grown boy. And the mother's like, what the freak? I told you to eat 1. But doesn't make the mother's love any less for the son. She disagrees.
She still loves John.
She still loves John, disagrees with John's choice. But it's like, you know what? I'm going to still love you. Mm-hmm. It's literally the same thing.
Speaking of that,
I don't get why we have to make it a big deal.
Somebody asked us, do you have any friends with different beliefs? And the answer is pretty much at this point in life, I don't. All the friends who have disagreed with me have not only dumped me, but publicly blasted me in the past year.
Publicly dumped you.
It was a public breakup, I guess. So at this point, no. I just have found it's really hard, and I'm willing to put in the work. And for me, like, I won't talk about certain like, I never talked political with these people ever. It was just this account that we have. They got triggered off of it, and they decided to break up. I never brought it up because I know where they stand. So, like, I'm not going to poke the bear. So you have a friend.
I have a friend that is, she's Christian, but she's also super liberal. To me, she's super liberal. Maybe not to like an extreme lefty.
She's not an extreme lefty.
She's not extreme lefty, but she's not independent. So she's kind of like that in between.
Yeah. But she's also not running an account called the Patriot Sisters.
No, she's not. But like, I still we had a moment, but
which we shared about.
If you are an OG member here, you probably already know who I'm talking about. Or like know of
you can share. You don't mind sharing
the name?
No, not the name.
I was like, I'm not saying
I'm not mean.
Yeah,
but the friend that was for 19 years.
Oh yeah, that girl. So 19 years. Recently we've rekindled, like a little friendship going on. But like, it wasn't your choice. It wasn't a choice. The whole leaving, going separate
wasn't
ways.
Your choice.
It was not my choice. But like, some parties might have done some growing. I grew too. But like, there's redemption. There's always redemption for those friends that walked away. So don't like close off the door, but you need to protect yourself.
I want to know if there's a crazy story that you've experienced in the past year of losing a friend and what that was like. Send us an email at thepatriotsisters@gmail.com. We want to share, and maybe we'll share some stories and get some people.
Oh boy, do we have some stories.
We'll share some of their stories.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because we're almost coming up with the year anniversary, and I'm also contemplating reaching out to some of the people who have blackmailed us and being like, because I care more about them as a person than rekindling a relationship, but I want to be honest and upfront.
That's
fair. I've given them a year to cool off, forget about me, whatever they need to do, but I'm not going to just walk away. I did to give them a moment, but fair. I am going to bring it back up and be like, hey, can we chat? Okay.
All right. Little fun question. Pop it in to lift it up, not so heavy. What is your favorite color? Wow. What is your favorite color, Christiana? Go.
Probably this color blue that's on my fingers. I don't know. I like pastels lately.
Can't even see it. Whatever. That's pastel. It? Blue?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite color.
I like blue. That's
sixth grade me was hot pink and zebra stripe. So, I've come a long way.
Zebra stripe is not a color. That's a pattern. It was. Right.
It was.
Okay. So blue?
Yeah.
Happy blue?
Yeah.
Girly blue.
Pastel blue.
Pastel blue. I like the blue that's in the water, like the Caribbean. What is that called?
Caribbean blue.
Okay. Is it turquoise?
Not really a turquoise.
Okay. It's like Caribbean blue and then yellow. Happy cheery yellow.
I'm into yellow. I wanted to paint my nails yellow.
Yellow's such a vibe. Like, can we make that a thing more often?
My favorite color when I was little was wellow.
Oh, you're saying it how you used to say it? Okay. Yeah, I was like, what are you doing? It's like, that's not a color.
Last little comment from somebody, Vanessa. She said, following you girls made me realize that I'm not as liberal as I thought I was. Love you girls.
Aww. I'm so fun.
And I'm so proud of you for like admitting that. That's probably hard.
I know. Like, power to you.
Yeah.
Not in like a weird BLM or whatever way.
Props to you.
Feminist way. But like, power to you. Props to you. Kudos to you.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
All right. We were trying to keep this under 20 minutes, which didn't quite work out. No. But we hope you guys enjoyed a little bit more chill episode. If you want to go watch this visually, head over to our YouTube channel. We have all of our Unleashed episodes on there. Check it out.
The Patriot Sisters. Simple as that. Type it in the search bar. Find the two blondes. That's us.
Also, head over to our website, thepatriotsisters.org/email. Sign up for our emailing newsletter. We say this every time, but we never shared what was happening with Instagram.
Basically, real fast, 2 videos of ours. The first video, 2 videos were taken down on our main Instagram account. First one happened January
6th.
6th.
Which we weren't saying anything bad, but it was a dramatic day.
Yeah. Everybody was triggered that day. Conservatives included. So that day was pure chaos.
That week, not gonna lie.
That was like, what the freak? We should do a recap. We should do like a PTSD like breather recap. My gosh, that was crazy.
And then over the last week, we posted a short, like 30-second video about just me, and I did it really fast about racism, racism, and how when it's racist until they realize a white person did it, but he's not really even white. He's from the Middle East, whatever. Okay.
Oh, but the shootings recently.
The Colorado shooting specifically, and that got taken down and were threatened to be deleted.
Basically, Instagram said you have 3 strikes. You've used 2 of them. 3rd one, we would potentially remove your account. And we were like, pause, time out. We need to think about this for a second.
So moving forward, what that's going to look like on our page, don't really know yet.
We're still active.
We're still active. We're not going anywhere. Content might slow down for like a week or 2 where we let them Instagram algorithm forget about us for a minute.
Although we hope.
If you think about us, please say a pray. Apply the blood of Jesus over our account. I'm going to be doing some things that I would be inviting you guys on to do it with me for your own lives. So maybe I haven't even told you. I'll tell you now.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing like a weekly day of fasting. So but we're all do it together as a community for whatever breakthrough we're needing.
I like that idea.
I'm thinking of doing it like cute. On a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm probably just going to fast from technology for the whole day because we're so in it all the time for this page.
This never leaves my side.
And because we have to know up to date.
I have to know.
So it can be food, whatever it may be. Plus, it's a Sunday day of rest. So that's what we're thinking about doing. She wants me to hurry up.
What?
You're going to hate me. Okay, this is supposed to be under 20 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep her on her lines. So.
It's getting really hot in here underneath the lights anyway. So we're going to cut it short. This is a real raw and honest episode. She might kill me after this.
No,
I might hurt her after this.
What? What are you talking? Okay, anyway, y'all, thank you for watching. Make sure you do the emails, thepatriotsisters.org/email, sign up. Follow us on Instagram, the whole shebang. Subscribe to our podcast.
One more thing, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Please help us do that. We're trying to get out of this bad review phase we're in from haters.
This is like the longest outro. Real sorry about that.
This is it. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, make sure you always are
rising up, standing tall, and fighting back with truth.
Hold on, that was awful. Try again.
You started.
You always started.
No, you always started.
No.
The past couple times I've been starting it. No. I'm like, it's your job.
It's always been me starting the past couple times, and you're the one who originally started. I will pull up videos from September.
Let's do it. I'll start this time, but I guarantee. Whatever. Make sure you always you always say that.
Whatever. Make sure you're rising up,
standing tall, and fighting back with truth.
We will see you in the next one.